So EFT, as the name suggests, is called emotional freedom technique. Now, sometimes, we have noticed that we are doing meditation, we sit in meditation for hours, but still, sometimes what happens, we are not able to achieve what we are trying to achieve, through our meditation. Like we are still under stress and we are still disturbed by certain things. Our health issues have also not still resolved. We still have health issues. So, what is where are we going wrong? Because we have learned with Anapanasati, it takes care of everything. It takes care of your emotional, your health. It takes care of your, spiritual, all growth. But sometimes we find we ourselves to be stuck. We are sitting in meditation for hours, 2 hours. Some of us are doing it since months, since years, but still everything keeps coming back. Everything keeps coming back. So, for that, we actually have to use certain tools which will help us to take our meditation deeper. Now, meditation is working only on our mental faculty. It is helping us to clear our mind of thoughts. Now, sometimes that is not just enough because we have this EFT technique, as you can see, was discovered by Gary Craig. He is the founder of EFT, and he says the cause of all negative emotions is a disruption in the body's energy system. So, the true cause of negative thoughts, emotional feelings, and physical symptoms is an energy block along one or two more of the body's meridians. Now, what does he mean by meridians? In Chinese, they say that we have an energy body which is made up of 72,000 meridians or nadis, as we call it in Hindi. Now, the prana energy or the chi energy is flowing in this energy body. We are not just the physical body. That we all understand now, because most of the people who are joining here are who are doing meditation daily. We know we are not just the physical body. There is something called the energy body also. Now, this energy body has these 72,000 meridians. And in the meridians, this cosmic energy flows. Now, whenever there's a blockage, it's something like, the pipe through which water flows. When there is a blockage or when there's a twist, the water stops to flow properly. Similarly, in our energy body, whenever there is a blockage of what? It can be blockage of two things. Number one is our, unresolved issues from our past. And that past can go back till our childhood. It can go back till your mother's womb. It can go even further down to some other lifetime of yours, some previous life, which is there stuck in your subconscious, which you're not even aware. You don't know, but that block is there. So when we have that kind of a block, it causes a disruption in the body energy. So, whenever there's that disruption because of any unresolved issue from your past, then this energy stops to flow properly. And when this energy is not flowing properly, whatever meditation you are doing does not work the way you want it to work. Okay. So, we have to do some prep, some groundwork first before we go into meditation so that our meditation gives us the results which we are looking for. Now, to understand this a little better, I would like to explain something through this pyramid of life, as I call it. Now, why we have to understand so many things? We are doing meditation, right? Now, if we try and understand how we came up from the Big Bang till what we are today, let us start right from the basic, the base where we say mathematics. The entire universe was about patterns, about figures. Hmm? So we say that is the divine mathematics of the entire universe. Now from there came up the physics. Physics is what? Laws of the universe. That to understand the laws of the universe, we have to understand three words, that is vibration, frequency, and energy, as Tesla says. Tesla says to understand the universe, we need to understand energy, vibration, frequency. That is the physics. So, using this mathematics, we can now explain the laws of the universe. From the physics came up the chemistry. That explains how things are made, the atoms, the molecules, how they bind together, and then how, things started building up. For example, in our body also, what are we? We are just a bag of skin with a lot of organs inside and a lot of chemistry going on inside, which is called biochemistry. There's so much of chemistry going on. All our hormones, all our, what you say, neurotransmitters, all of them come under the chemistry. Then, once all this is made, then we come to explaining biology. That is our body, how the body processes, using this chemistry. And then, once your body is formed, your body organs are functioning, then we come to our mind, where comes the psychology. Now, to actually understand the entire creation, we need to know mathematics, we need to know physics, we need to know chemistry, we need to know biology, we need to know psychology. So that is why it is very important to understand the art and science of meditation before we even expect anything out of it, right? So we know the laws of the universe. We talk about neuroscience. We talk about neurotransmitters. We talk about our biology and then psychology. So psychology is our behavior. You're an angry person, you're an anxious person, you're a happy person. That is your behavior. That is explained. So, whatever you are in your mind is reflecting in your biology also. If you're an anxious person, you will say, see, you have problems in your stomach, you have anxiety issues, you have your nerves, stick out whenever you're anxious. So, it is reflecting on your biology. So, whatever is in your mind is actually reflecting in your body also. In fact, to be more correct, whatever is there in your biology is actually reflecting in your mind, the state of your body. Because all our previous emotions, I said, your previous, any traumas, any unresolved issues of your life are actually stored in your body, not in your mind. So all that score is in your body. So, unless you do not work on flushing out all the stuck emotions in your body, whatever you're doing on the mind level, you're doing meditation, you're trying to be calm, it will not happen, because whatever is inside in your body is reflecting in your mind. The body is keeping the score, it is reflecting in your mind. So, when we are not working on the basic problem and just sitting in meditation, it is not helping us. So we have certain tools which help us to flush out all these embedded dark emotions which I talk of. When I say dark emotions, I mean anger, frustration, I would say guilt, I'm not good enough. All these things which we have grown up with, it is all stuck somewhere in our body. And you all know about Louise Hay. See, I'm telling you the basics. Why we need to know about science, why we need to know about quantum physics, why we need to know about our Vedanta, why we need to know about science of meditation also. Everything together will be able to give us the desired results. So Louise Hay, she was the one who said that our entire body, okay, shows the symptoms of all whatever is happening with us in our life. For example, if you are in grief, if you are heartbroken, if you are longing emotional support, your heart will be affected. So, whichever organ is going to get affected due to those emotions of yours. For example, if you have you're very anxious, you have a lot of trauma in your life, your digestive system will be affected. If you're not able to express yourself, your throat chakra is affected, right? So all this can be related to our own Eastern science. Chakras are what? They are the energy generators of our body. So whenever whichever chakra is getting affected, it is going to have an influence on the organs around it. Okay. When we are not able to take the stress of our life, our shoulders are affected. When you do not want to listen to anybody, your ears may get affected. So you can see this chart. This chart is explaining the emotional body pain chart, where all you get pain, and what is it really reflecting. Okay, so knees, we start developing problems in our knees when we are in that menopausal age. Why? Because we have so much of ego inside us, the pride, judgmental. So Patri sir always used to say, no judgment, no complaint, no regrets. These are the three pillars of your life. If you are able to master these, you will be able to resolve so many issues. So we don't really have to go into too much of detailed study of things. Even if we just stop judging and we stop complaining and we stop having regrets in our life, we will be able to resolve so many of these issues. So you can just take a look at this body pain chart. So, and you can also see wherever in your body. So EFT is going to help us release all these body pains also, wherever we are having a problem. EFT is a beautiful technique also, which helps you even to resolve any issue of your life. You're having a relationship problem, you're having financial problem, any problem. But here, Louise Hay focused more on the body physical issues. So this is another way of treating all our, I would say, physical issues also. Okay. Not that we have anything against medical science. It's a beautiful, medical science is a boon to us. But yes, 95% of your problems can be resolved using these tools. Okay. So, how do you identify where there is energy blocked in you? Huh? So, as I said just now, that you are doing everything which should be done, but still you are feeling a lot of things not happening in your life. There is no progress. You feel slow, tired, not motivated at all. ठीक है? And you are stuck in the same thoughts, doubts, and fears. So you think everything is what's what's happening. We are working in meditation. We sit for some time. We think everything is we have forgiven. We have expressed gratitude. We have forgiven everyone, and we think we are sorted now. But then the minute that issue comes again, there we go again, getting stuck into the same thought process, same emotions. One more thing we need to understand before we go further is this level of consciousness. Okay. Level of consciousness is a chart given by, this was the chart given by Dr. Hawkins. He says that these are all our basically emotions, and to that, he has given all these frequencies. They are vibrating at these different frequencies. So, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage. Or, as in our Vedanta, we call them the Arshad Vargas, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. All these emotions are very heavy, heavy. Because they are heavy, they get, embedded in our subconscious. So, if something happened when you were a child for which you feel guilty even today, it is somewhere embedded in your subconscious. And that is heavy, it is dark, it is blocking your energy flow. So now these are very low vibrational levels of consciousness. So when I say low vibrational, I mean we are talking about frequency here. Higher and more, for example, love vibrates at 500. Okay. And these lower emotions are vibrating at very low frequencies. So when your frequencies are so low, even if you keep thinking that I have forgiven, I have expressed my gratitude, I'm sitting in meditation, but it is not matching. There is no marriage between your thoughts and your feelings. Your feelings are low. You don't even know, but they are there in your subconscious. Okay. So all these things which are in our subconscious are affecting our, mm, what you say, our mental state, our physical state, and now what to do. Have you all heard about acupuncture? This is a beautiful Eastern technique or a Chinese technique where we can actually, remove physical problems. They insert needles, acupuncture. Okay. Now, here, acupuncture tries to remove the physical problems from your body physically by inserting those pins. The person who's an expert can do that. But EFT is an acupressure of our emotions. It is going to remove the embedded emotions which are there in our body. So, as I said, there are 72,000 meridians. There are certain points which have been identified by Carrie Gray, where if you do a little tapping, repeated tapping, it will help us to remove these embedded emotions. Breath work is another beautiful technique which we people have done. We've done it under this Shandaga ji also. Breath work is one, EFT is another. EFT works more on the embedded emotions in our body, which can be removed by tapping on these curated points. Now, repetition is really required. So, we are talking about from the psychology, we have come to the body where our pains are there. And from there, we are going to the chemistry now. We are going to work on these emotions. What are emotions? They are again chemicals, energy in motion. So, when they're not in motion, they become heavy and they get stuck. Now, we are going to make them into motion again by doing repeated tapping and using a few sentences which we are going to form. Now, I request everyone to keep a copy and a pen with you because this is going to be more practical. So, where can EFT be used? You're managing your stress, trauma, maintaining good habits, depression, physical pain, even manifesting wealth in your life, manifesting good health in your life, manifesting good relations in your life. All this you can achieve by tapping on these few points which have been identified, because in our energy tubules there are certain areas where a lot of tubules are crisscross, they are overlapping. So tapping on that will help us to release these embedded emotions which are there in our body. Okay, so now these are the points. One is on the top of our head. I will be doing it, demonstrating it in front of you. Once we stop these slides, I will show you these points. It's near your eyebrows, under the eyes, side of the eye, under the nose, under the chin, collarbone, under the arms. Now, these are the basic, most commonly used points. Along with this, there are certain other points which are not very commonly used. They are at the tip of your fingers, and then there's something called which is called the gamut point. Now, gamut point is near your small finger, and the next one there is a depression here. You can see this depression here. This is the gamut point, tapping here. And when we do this at the end, we use something else also where we try to balance our brain. Now, this gamut point on the fingers here and balancing the brain is basically if you're suffering from some psychological issue, huh? some issue in your brain, then we use that. We try to balance the left and the right side of the brain. I will definitely tell you about that, but that is not very commonly used. That's only used when these things don't work. So these are the points this lady is tapping on. One is starting here, this fleshy part of the side of your palm. This is called the karate chop point. First, see the points, then I'll tell you how to frame the sentence. This is the point. Then at the tip of your eyebrows, side of your eyes, under your nose, under your chin, on your collarbone, top of your head. Okay. This is the sequence. Now, how do we do? How do we make the recipe? How do we make it work? We are going to create a setup statement. For example, it can be used for any issue. But now, suppose I want to say that I have a lot of anger inside me. So my setup sentence would be, even though, we are going to start with the words, even though I know I have a lot of anger in me, and we are going to tap on our karate chop. And this is just for reference I'm giving you. We will do it once properly. I'm just giving you a demo. So we'll tap here and we'll say, even though I know I have a lot of anger inside me, that is your first sentence. But I accept myself completely and totally. I accept myself completely, even though I know I have a lot of anger inside me. That's your first sentence. Now we are going to repeat the setup sentence while typing everywhere else, but now we are not going to complete the entire sentence. We will just pick up the issue. This anger, this anger inside me, this anger. So that is your main point. Okay. I think this is not even readable. I'm skipping this. Okay. So I have told you these points. Now I can just tell
Ma'am,
you a
can it be
little.
any point?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to disturb. Ma'am, can it be anything? Only anger or only
No,
negative
no,
points or
no, no.
positive points
I just
also?
took an example. I can say, even though I know, dash. You can put anything. I have a pain in my shoulder. I have a pain in my elbow. I have a pain in my knee. I have financial
Okay.
problems. Whatever you're saying. It could be anything,
Okay.
anything. But that statement
Thank
is
you.
a little general, generic statement. And even though,
Okay.
fill in the blank.
Okay.
Even
Thank
though
you.
I
Thank you.
know I'm suffering from headache, even though I know I'm passing through stress, even though I know I have a fear of water, even though I know I have a fear of heights, issue could be anything.
So even though we should use compulsory that word,
Even though it's compulsory. That means we are accepting
ah,
ourselves the way we are.
even though I am uh, I'm having short temper,
Yeah, even
so
though
I
I'm very
accept
short
it and then
tempered,
you point tap it, right?
ha,
Correct.
ha. I accept myself completely the way I am.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you
Thank
are
you.
accepting your issue. You're accepting your
Mm.
issue. We are not
Madam, this
complaining.
line you
We are,
can put in the WhatsApp group, madam.
yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
These two
So
lines.
even Hanji. Now, hands ka also, I will just tell you a little, though we will not be using this today. But I said this is advanced. We can bring this from the shelf if just those points are not working. These are again certain points near our fingers. So if I hold my hand like this, the thumb is towards me. So this tip of the thumb here, this point, this can be tapped. Tip here, tip at all these fingers here. And then I said the gamut point, that is between here. It can be pressed here. And while doing this, we are going to play with the brain also. Now, our brain, left is for more logical stuff and right is for all creativity. So, what we are going to do is, towards the end, when we do this, we are going to close our eyes, open our eyes, look to the right side, roll your eyes towards the left, then roll your eyes clockwise like this, anti-clockwise. And now you know the left is more for logical stuff. So we will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are activating the left side. Now to activate the right side, we can hum some song. Any tune which you really love. Happy birthday to, if you haven't had very happy birthdays, then you can choose something else. Mary had a little lamp or something like that. So this helps us to balance our brain too, the left and the right side of the brain. But this is only to be done in very, I would say, specific situations where the brain is really affected. Or when you think, then the rest of your it's not working. Only then we need to do that. Otherwise, these points are more than enough. So this is basically the process. One more thing I skipped. That is, there are additional points also, near the liver point, or which is a little socially not very comfortable for ladies. It is about 1 or 2 inches below the nipple area, and then you have to actually lift up and then tap there. So we will not be doing that online. But actually, that's not really required. Also, the main points are these: the top of your head, side of the eye, eyebrows, and so I'm just keeping this figure here. Just see that, and once I stop the slides, I'm going to be on the camera and I do it, and you will do it with me. But now, one more tiny thing. I told you to keep a pen and a pencil. Now, identify your issue. Please identify your issue. Whatever issue you have, you all could be having individual issues. So you can think whether it is body pain, whether it is anger, whether it is anxiety, whether it is fear of water, fear of fire, fear of height, fear of your mother-in-law, fear of whatever issue you are facing. You can just keep that in mind that I'm facing this issue. And then what we're going to do is write it down, give it a score from 1 to 10. For example, I really have a lot of pain in my shoulder. If I say that, and I say it is to the score of 8 to 10. So you will write down 8 to 10. Okay. Similarly, whatever issue you're having, please write down um, um, the score on your copy. Now we are going to tap on all this using the sentences which I said. Hmm? So after we've done that, we are going to uh, make a sentence for ourselves. I think I'll stop this. You all know the points, and when I'll be doing it along with you, you can see it. I'm stopping the share.